The new New York Times poll that came out today is full of completely bogus information. It's misleading. It shows nothing about the race, and they're just publishing it to get some type of ad revenue or something, because there's no point for them to conduct something so skewed and so inaccurate like this. Alright, so looking at the poll. The title, Democrats in Battleground States Prefer Moderate Nominee, poll shows. The data does not even say that. So we look at the total numbers. Of course, Biden has this automatic support. This is called like default support, because if someone calls a landline and they're asking who the Democratic nominee should be right now, when most of the country is still apolitical, they'll just say, oh, Joe Biden, because that's who they think they need to support. I have spoken to many people at different like Democratic booths at like fairgrounds, people that are hired to represent and sell like buttons for the party, and they say, oh, Joe Biden, just because anyone but Trump. But dude, in this headline culture, how are you going to put that headline that people are going to read and make assumptions off of in a poll that was conducted almost a month ago, from October 13th to October 26th? And also, in each battleground state, 1/3 of the voters haven't even decided who they're voting for yet. And look at the amount surveyed. And look at how many people they surveyed in each state. They surveyed between 200 and 325 people. That's a little bit more than my graduating high school class. So of course, down the article, there are some testimonials on why voters are voting for their certain candidates. And the person voting for Sanders said he's pure-hearted, a true believing advocate for policies like Medicare for all. And she also noted that he was arrested as a young activist in 1963. He fights for all people of color, she said, so I assume she's Hispanic. Not just himself and his people. So that's the reason people vote for Bernie. They think he cares about them, and he has been fighting for them his whole life. Joe Biden, the reason they're voting for him, he was Obama's vice president, and some of the things Obama supported, he supported. Vice president, that's as close as you can get to being a president. I'm looking at experience too. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Elizabeth Warren, it would be great for a woman to be president. Now, it's unfair to make assumptions on that about the Warren voter, but I mean the Biden voter is pretty accurate. I don't see many people passionate about Biden. I don't see people getting up and being excited about Biden. I see people going back to Biden because the media tells them we need a return to the normal. I don't know what this does to correlate with the poll, but yeah, this poll means nothing, and they posted it today on Real Clear Politics. So anybody who keeps up with this is probably going to look at the poll today and think, wow, this is a good sample of the voters, and just make some type of assumption off it, like, wow, Joe Biden does have a huge lead. But they're missing so many people in these polls. Like, the most one of these polls actually has as a sample size is 1,000 people. So if you want to see if the polls are accurate, make sure you go to the site that conducted it to see their methodology, to see what kind of science they relied on, how many people they surveyed, what demographics they surveyed. If it was a landline poll or a cell phone poll or an internet poll. CNN does this a lot, where they do landline polls, and Biden will win because anyone who owns a landline is over the age of 50. So that's where he gets 90% of his support from. So that poll will be completely off. And besides, we already know how good polls are at predicting presidential elections. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing down below to join me for future conversations. Comment what you think about polls and the accuracy and legitimacy of them. And this is important also because remember, these polls decide who gets on the debate stage. So that matters a lot. If they are being very off in conducting their polling, then they're going to ruin some candidates that are on the fringe. They're going to ruin their chances to get on the debate stage. So comment what you think about that, and like the video if you liked the video. Yeah.